do you think this is finally a watershed moment where the BJP and its allies realize that the Karyakartas and the common man will not tolerate any rising radicalism and they won't be taken for a ride? Because you yourself on Twitter, you've put out a list of the recent victims, and the list goes on, especially with the Nupur Sharma case, where these people have not expressed any sort of abusive language against other communities, but just for sympathizing with Nupur Sharma and sympathizing with Kanhaiya Lal, these people have been butchered. And including that, thousands of people who may have been killed in other states like Kerala and Bengal, their voices have been completely unheard. And I think what you brought up initially makes a very valid point, because ultimately the leadership has to realize that their karyakartas and the party cadre will actually not tolerate this unless some solid leadership is shown. So in that sense, do you think, or are you hopeful that this can be a watershed moment?
Well, I can only hope that this is a watershed moment because, if they don't take this into consideration, then I don't know what is going to happen. I mean, you see that the party leader's car was accosted, but, they didn't harm him in any way. People are still patient, they're still hopeful. It means that, they are mad, they're angry, but they're not, they've not lost it. Anything could have happened. That kind of crowd was something which was beyond a police, was beyond the police control. That man could have been physically harmed, the leader, but he wasn't. That means that the people are still hopeful for change from the very party, from the very people that they've, placed their hopes in. And I hope that the message reaches from just this much. I hope that this doesn't turn violent, because violence is not the answer to any of our problems. And I think we all agree to that. We need to take constructive steps. We need to understand where the problem is and shut that down. But I think increasingly, if this is not taken as a message and if the leadership is not changed here in the state, then it is just going to snowball into something unfortunate. Because if not now, then I think I'm afraid it will be too late for the party to recover its cadre. And a party is nothing without its cadre and its karyakartas. So if they get completely disenfranchised with the whole idea, then I think it's going to be tough times.